Hello, everyone. We'll be talking today about the Condition 1 Ford rifle case. I'm going to just give you a product review, give you some information on sizes and what all fits and some things to consider. I think it's a very nice case, and we'll circle back at the end. I'm going to go through, I did a voiceover as I did some of the videos. So we'll go through that. Then at the end, I'll come back and speak to you again about the case. Hey, everybody, look at this case, man. See how tall that bad boy is? It's sitting on one end. And it's got some nice sturdy handles, built out some real good sturdy plastic there. Get a good look at the bottom portion. Got the wheels down at the end down there. As you can see, they're about 2 inches wide. They roll really well for all terrain. You got the handle on this end. You got the same type handle on the other end and one in the middle. You got nice latches on the front. Got to push to close. And also got to push and open so they just won't pop open on you. You have the hole on each end for put in a lock. Keep your stuff safe because you can't run away with that bad boy by itself. As you can see, it's got plenty of room on the inside. I place my hand down there. I got medium-sized hands. You can see how much room there is. Then I finally got smart and realized I can break out a tape measure here in a second. But if you see the foam there on the top, uh, just trying to get around to the other side there, you can see how large it is. 45 inches long is a pretty good size. That area right there, another storage area there. This is again where you put the butt of your weapons at. See, you got smart, bro. Got tape measure. Yeah, be smart if I turn around so we can both see it. All right, let's do that. Turn it around. As you see, it's about 7.5, almost 8 inches down where you put the stock area is, and another 3, 4 inches where the mag well goes, and if that little storage area is almost 4.5, then another 4.5 up there where your muzzle will go. Then it measure down inside is almost 10 inches inside that little storage area on from one side to another. Then almost 7 inches from the other uh, crossways there. This one is the same thing, almost 10 inches length and almost, I think it's 5 inches wide. And you got the little small one, just almost 2 inches wide. So you got plenty of storage space. And each one of those is about a little over an inch where the mag well will actually sit. And as you see, I'm squeezing that foam pretty good, and it's sturdy there, so it doesn't just collapse on you. You can see there's a little about an inch and a half space in there, and got the nice foam up top. Then I put my 300 blackout in there with the extended riser on it. You can see the riser's taller, and it has my Holosun green dot on there. What I wanted to do is put that in there so you can get an idea of whether or not it will close. Because a lot of people put large scopes on their weapons, so it sits a little higher than normal. But as you can see, it closes no problem. Working with one hand, so just bear with me. It closes really well there, so there's no issues there. And the only thing that I noticed is that should show you here in a second is that if you're working with short rifles and even the large ones, where's your foregrip at? That's your only concern. See, think I'm gonna come in and try to get a better angle. See where the storage compartments sit. If you got a foregrip on your weapon, it may or may not sit down in that storage area. So yeah, so you come back in, you see how it sits on the lip of the storage area there. Depends on where your foregrip sits. If you have one, whether or not it'll fall down in the storage area will take away some of your storage. And I brung in my Honey Badger with the extended riser on it well, but I have the EOTech on it. It sits about the same height. I thought the EOTech would sit a little higher, but it actually sits about the same height. But if you notice, I don't have a full grip on my Honey Badger, so the badge sits a little lower. Then I put ammo, some magazines down inside, and uh, and I put just so you can see I got my Benelli M4 in there and the stock extended as you can see how much room is underneath there, so you can realize how much space you're working with. And so with the magazines and ammo, what it actually look like. I got my headphones down in there, so you can actually see what it's looking like. As far as how much storage do you really have. So you can be aware. Then I put in, I got my Benelli in there, got my 16-inch AR, got my 12 and a half inch in there with the 6-inch cylinders in there. So it's longer than the AR 16 with this 16-inch barrel. And all of it fits in there. relatively well. Then you see me moving them side to side. None of them is moving. And I heard one person talking about, when they travel and stuff, they're bumping each other. Your scopes and stuff might bump in each other. As you can see, I got a nice scope on my 16 inch, and I got that EOTech in there not touching. The only one that really move around is the short one. And as you'll see me shake it here in a second, but it doesn't move enough to touch the uh, the weapon next to it. So I think you'll be fine, especially when you close the lid. See, it's shaking it, it's not moving enough in there to get close. Now, if you got a really large scope, that's a possibility. But if you got a really large scope, I don't think you'll be traveling with four men in a case together. All right, guys, that wraps that portion up. I'll be back to talk to you, let you know my opinion. All right. As you got a chance today, we looked at some of the sizes, how it looked with four rifles in it, how it looked with some of the storage compartments full. I think there's plenty of room in this case. And as you can see, I'm sitting down and look over my shoulder. This bad boy is tall. So I think the hardest part you're gonna have about is where you're gonna store this at when you're not using it. I had to go out and get one. I know I have seen it online, had heard a few people talking about it, but I needed one now that I done found me an outdoor range, and found out I enjoy shooting my ARs, and I ain't realized how many ARs I have. So it's easier now to transport because like every AR had its own bag, and I was just going to the indoor range because walking there with 4 or 5 guns, ARs, they don't want you to stay there that long. So now going to outdoor range, I can take all four or take four at a time, what I worry about damaging them, carrying them to and from my car up into the range with those large wheels. It makes it easy to transport. Plenty of storage room in there. I could put extra ammo, put the magazines, put my hearing protection, everything I need for that particular range day I can get inside this case along with my range bag. So that makes life a lot easier on me. That's one of the reasons I went out and got it. And it was my fear because I bought a condition one case for my pistols once before, and the pistols wouldn't fit the 2011s. It fit the striker fire, but it wouldn't fit the 2011s. So I had to send that back. And so I was in fear of whether or not my rifles with the extended riser on them, with the EOTech on them, whether or not in the Hollison red dot and green dot, whether or not it'll fit and with the case closed, because that was a fear. So I wanted to come on and give you this product review. So if any other people out there was having questions or concerns of whether or not their weapons would fit, you can take a look. The Benelli M4 I had in there, it has the extended stock, and the stock was extended all the way out, and it still fit, no issues. My 16-inch fit with the stock extended, no issues. So I think it's a great buy. It's sturdy. The pattern is well made, and I'm glad I picked it up because for me, it's gonna make my life a lot easier going to and from the range. Because right now, I think I have 3 more ARs due in, and I'm gonna want to take them out and do a comparison between the two. So it's gonna make life a lot easier when you're transporting. And for the next event in ARM 7, I'll be able to take them, and I'd worry about my bumping into each other, no causing no damage. I think there's a great buy. If anybody's on the fence about getting one, you need to go out there and get you one now. Shipping was really fast. I ordered it, came in within 4 days. Can't beat that. That's fast shipping. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Make sure on your way out, you like, subscribe, and while you're over here, you get a chance, check out me on Instagram as well under Black King 9 underscore BLKKING 9 underscore on Instagram. And make sure on your way out again, hit that like and subscribe button and help this channel grow to where I think we both would need. Y'all have to excuse my voice. It's been a rough week. Anyway, have a good one. Peace, love, and hair grease.